Programming in C# and ASP.NET. This is Burdett Wilson, your instructor and guide as we take a closer look at C# and ASP.NET. This is CS ASP 014 Time and Date. So let's go to Visual Studios. So here we are, gang. We're getting ready to go ahead and work with our date time. As you noticed here, I've got a real simple page. This is a WPF form. Make sure that you build it as a WPF form. And on my WPF form, I have a label at the top here that just says working with date time. I have a button here that says OK Go, and I have a label here, and this is our result label that we use in a lot of the things that we've been doing up to now. This is just a little test program so that we can work with the code and see how it operates. So go ahead and stop me, build this little page just exactly the way it is here, and then we'll go on and we'll work with date time as we do this CS ASP 014 date time. So here we go. Here is my private void button click. If you remember right, you'll have to double click this button to create this code right here. Or you could just stop me right here. You could actually write it out yourself. You'd find it would do the same thing. But let's go ahead and do that. And let's just say we're going to work with date time here just a little bit. I'm going to put that there. And as we come up here, let's say first we're going to say date time, and then we're going to create a variable. Let's call it my value. Let's call it my date. There we go. Let's call it my date equals, and then date time. Date time dot, and now we're going to say now. There it is. Okay, so we've created a variable that we've called my date, and we've said, hey, date time dot now. And so it is actually going to the computer and pulling exactly what today's date is, and that's what it's bringing back to the program. So let's say result label. We're going to go to our result label tab, dot, and content, and equals, and my, there it is, my date. Now notice it doesn't want to just do that because it's not in the format that it is for text. So we have to come in here and put to and string. There it is right there. Okay. Notice there's a lot of twos there also that go with toString. And we're going to look at those here in just a little bit. But let's go to toString. ToString is a method. We haven't talked about methods a lot, but that's what those brackets mean there at the end, that it's a method call. Okay, so if we do that, and then we go ahead and click our save button, go ahead and just build it so that we know there's no errors. Notice there's no red lines or anything. And we go over here to our XAML page, and we click, we say run. So here's my application, and I say OK Go. And it tells me 9/15/2020, 12:08, 53 seconds, p.m. And that is exactly the time and the date. So it did really what we wanted it to. And so let's go back over here. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to copy that. What if we came down here and we did this? We said date dot, and remember we were looking at to and string, and it brought up all of these other choices. So let's try to long date stream. Okay, to long date stream right there. Remember I told you this is a method, so we have to put those parentheses on the end. And let's just see what that did, okay? Save that here real quick. I'm going to hit the run. It runs, and we say, okay, go. Oh, look at that. So it gave us Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. So a different format of the exact same information, okay? It just did a little more, and it gave us the day and the month written out. Okay, let's close that. Comment that out. And let's try this. Let's say to string again, and to string, and let's do the time string. Let's see what that does. Okay. Hit save. Run it. And, oh, so there it actually went to a string, but it just gave me the time. It didn't give me the day and the month. So, okay, so we could pull that out of there. All right, and let's go here. Let's see what else we can do here. We've got one more we haven't tested yet. And dot to string. We haven't done shorts yet, so let's try a short date string, and let's see what that'll do. Okay, go. Ah, okay, so now it gives us 9/15/2020. Okay, close that. And DOS, and that gives us short time string. Left. See what that does now. Okay, and so it gives us just the time without the date. So kind of what we expected, right? So interesting. Let's close that. So that kind of makes you wonder, what other things can you do with this my date and let's try my date dot, and let's try that one. Let's try add days. And let's ask it to add 2 days. And we still have to say toString. And then that's a. So here we're actually calling 2 helper methods, one after another. And the first one we're saying, hey, add 2 days to the date. And then in the next one we're saying, hey, take that and change it into a string. So if we were to run this, and today is the 15th, so 2 days from now would be the 17th. So that did what we expected it to. Okay, so let's close that. Now let's say we wanted to take time off, maybe. So what if we said we can add days, we can add hours, we can add minutes, we can add, let's add a month. Let's just do that. But let's say we wanted 2 months ago. So we can add a negative, and don't forget our toString. So we're going to add a negative to it and see how that comes out. So let's go ahead and run that. Okay. And it says, hey, that would be the 2 months ago would be 7:15. And that would be correct because it is 9:15 in my world right now. So we now know how we can add days or take days off or add months or take months off. Okay, so that comes in handy. What else do we want to do? What if we did this? What if we did control? There we go. And what if we came in here and we said dot 2 and no, that's not what I want to do, is it? No. I don't want to do 2. We've done 2. Let's say, let's ask it if it's daylight savings time. Come back up here, run. Oh, it is. So it says true, so it gives us a Boolean back, says yes, it is daylight savings time. Okay, well that could come in handy when we're coding. Let's try something else here. Let's try how about day of the week? why does it not like day of the week? Okay. Evidently, day of the week is not a method. Isn't that interesting? So let's try this and see if this works. Oh, and it gives us the day of the week. That could come in handy also. All right, let's get rid of that. What else shall we try here? Let's try. Oh, okay. What about this? Let's try. Instead of this date time up here, let's go ahead and let's comment that out, and let's try a different kind of date time. Let's try capital date time tab, date time, my value, let's say my date equals, and then date time dot, and now let's say, look at this down here, parse. You remember when we were working with parse? And so now we can do something called parse. And so we come in here and we have to put a string in when we parse. And let's say it is a time in the past. So let's say 12/09/1963. A very special date. That's my birthday. So let's try that, and then let's come down here and let's say we're going to switch that to a string. Let's try that. See what happens. Can I make a date in the past? I can. And in fact, I can even put the time in. Okay, so that's interesting. What if we did this instead? Let me come in here. I'm gonna comment that out. So now you know how to make a date, a certain date. Let's say date time and my date. No. Yeah, my date equals. Now I'm going to use a word that we haven't done before. We're going to say new date time. And I'm going to put parentheses at the end, and I want to put 12, 9, year. Let's put 1963, the month 12, 9. Okay. Now, we built a date in the past in the last one. What if we did this? What if we built it in this way? Would that work? I'm pretty sure it will, but let's try it. Oh, it did. And it's still saying, hey, we could put the time in there if you'd like us to. So we could come in here and put a comma, and we could put the hours. Let's say 9, comma. And now, notice down below, if you look down below, it is giving you a hint how to do this. And it's telling you what you can do. And notice over here, it's saying, hey, this is 6 of 12 different ways you can use this date time. A while ago, we were looking at number 4, and that's where we just put in the year, the month, and the day. And now it's saying, hey, we're on number 6, but there are more ways, and I can click this, and you can just look at these as we go along, and it will give you all kinds of different ways that Visual Studio says, hey, if you wanted to, you can do it like this. This is the one I was doing a while ago. That's 4 of 12. You know, kind of just look at those. That might be something interesting for you to pick up on that you could do with this. Okay. That's enough of this for now. We have seen quite a few different ways that we can use DateTime to work inside of our program. And so once you have kind of played with these a little bit, just so that you can kind of get a really good understanding of how DateTime works. And so let's go ahead and go back to the slides. Our next video is CS ASP 015 spans of time. I look forward to seeing you there.